The views and opinions expressed on this program do not reflect the company, owners, management, staff, clients, or partners.
It's Thursday, the 5th day of August, 2021. Welcome to the Daily Hour, brought to you by Medical House, One Communications, and Linda's. I'm Jamal Hartman, along with Michaela Ian, and of course, Leanna Lambert will be with us in a bit to bring you the latest in her news break. Michaela, how you doing?
I'm good. It's been a morning, as you know. So I'm gonna just shout out to all the mamas who are doing the thing. I'm gonna just shout out to all of you today because it's been a morning, but I'm here. I have my coffee, so I'm good to go.
Mama love going out to everybody. Good morning, everyone, and thanks for making us part of your daily routine. Another good one today as Cathy, Bassett, and Nekesha Holdipp stopped by to discuss the Girl Guides in Bermuda. The Daily Play is a name that place. So it's quite interesting. All travel today, right? We're going to talk about in discussion, right, through to the trivia in the Daily Play. And I think I think we may have Michaela on this one, folks. I think we may have a 2 days in a row that has never happened before. But I think we may stump her this morning.
Yeah, this week's been a little rough.
It's just, look, it's that just keep blaming it on the cup match hangover. There's no time limit.
Listen, I am sleeping in on Saturday. Like, I want not a disturbance.
Hey,
just sleep.
Folks, basically what she's telling me is, Jamel, you better not text me because I'll throw
don't do it.
She's serious, folks. I'm telling you, just serious. But look, obviously, you see it. I'm back in my studio background today.
I see this.
It rained yesterday here in Martha's Vineyard, and it hasn't stopped since. It's one of those things where it's not hard. It even affected my run this morning. So let's just say I didn't complete it, and I got extremely wet. This is us trying something different. You all are probably like, oh, I missed the outdoors. He seemed a bit happier or less grumpier. Because I know you all call me those names, right? Kales don't think I'm grumpy, by the way. But
no, I don't.
Exactly. Kales is the grumpy one. But
don't tell the people who I really am.
My apologies. I'll put it on Leanna. But no. So today we're gonna play the movement moment. I actually want to play it early so that we can actually discuss part of this movement moment with Tamara Donnell. So this month, Tamara's actually gonna, if you followed her over the months, the movement moment, she focuses on different aspects of wellness. She spoke about last month water and dehydration, not just drinking water, but the ocean, how important it is to get out by the ocean and just relax and take in the atmosphere. She's spoken about sleep, like how we have a culture of thinking that overworking or team no sleep is something to be proud of, not understanding how healthy it actually is. And this month is touching on travel, the importance of travel. So let's go to the movement moment, and then Michaela, we'll come back. And here's the question I want everyone to consider. We put it on our Facebook page yesterday, is your favorite kind of travel or vacation. And there's so many different ones. You have adventure, you have relaxation, you have romance. There's various aspects. Let's talk about that, and also the importance of travel and vacation. I need water, so we're going to play this for you real quickly.
Movement Moment brought to you by People's Pharmacy. Together, we can illuminate your path to wellness.
Welcome to today's Movement Moment with Tamara Donnell, brought to you by People's. Tamara, what are we discussing today?
Good morning, Jamal, and good morning to your listening audience. This month, we are discussing heights, the power of travel. As you know, we are working our way through the horoscope of power, and month 8, we are hitting travel. Coming from the small island of Bermuda, August is typically, outside of COVID, a month of travel for Bermudians who are fortunate enough to be able to get off the rock. I look at travel as a power in my life, just based on my past experiences. Some of the biggest shifts in my life have come through travel. So I wanted to spend this month reviewing the benefits of travel, my tips for health and safe travel, and just to talk about some of the different ways a person can travel if you can't afford an excursion to a foreign land. Travel doesn't always have to involve a plane, train, or bus. So this month, we are talking about the various ways that a person can escape. Travel, my definition for travel is to go from one place to another, and usually it involves a distance. I also like to add that travel, for me, it's important that it involves learning something new about a place, person, or thing, getting immersed in the culture of wherever I'm traveling through. Through your imagination, you can travel. So reading is a way in which I have traveled quite often. I know it might sound a little out there, but a lot of my physical travel has come from my travel through reading. A lot of different travel through adventure has really changed my life. Like getting out there, even though you're scared, doing it anyway, doing it scared. So whether it's zip lining or traveling solo somewhere or traveling somewhere where no one speaks your language, travel through adventure has also been a really integral part of how travel has been a power in my life. Thank you for tuning into this movement moment. To enjoy the benefits of the full episode, check us at Instagram at MVMT with Tamara Donnell or at People's BDA.
I think, thank you, Tamara, for that. Michaela, we don't speak about this enough. And I think I shared probably a year ago, there was a study done in the US where Americans don't actually take their vacation time and don't actually travel, right? And I know Bermudians, there's always a shopping trip to New York and on the books. There's always, a family trip to Disney World. But I guess the question is, how important is travel and vacation? Not only how important is travel and vacation, but what is your favorite kind of travel/vacation? I think you're on mute, Michaela.
I'm muted, sorry. I love to travel. Travel is like my thing, right? So for my 9 to 5 pre-COVID, I was going away every other month, probably at least every quarter at a minimum. And then trips for myself, trips with my family. I'm like anti-Bermudian in this, and I'm going to admit this. I don't like the New York shopping trips. Like, I don't like them at all. I used to like them when I was younger, but as I've gotten older, I detest going away to shop. I much prefer to shop online, or I will travel for work and then send things to my hotel. That's how I prefer to shop now when I go away. But I like to relax. So I'll tell you about the last proper vacation I had. That was 2 years ago. We went to London for a couple of days, flew to Barcelona, and then went on a cruise. And I really thought that it was going to be relaxing. It was not. It was not relaxing because I don't know how many people, I'm sure there's many people who are watching this have been on a Mediterranean cruise. A lot of the times your port is an hour outside of where you want to go. So they say you stop in Rome. No, you stop in Civitavecchia, which is an hour and 20 minutes from Rome. So you got to be up and ready to go by 8 a.m. so that you can get enough time in the destination. So for me, while I enjoyed the stops, that was not relaxing. That was not relaxing at all. So for me, I want to relax. I want to eat good food. I want to have beautiful wines or cocktails, whatever it is. I want some culture, definitely want some culture, But I truly look at vacation as I want to chill out. Maybe one little adventure, one little excursion, maybe two. But yeah, I just want to chill out in a beautiful place.
Yeah, I concur with you a lot. I'm not one to. Well, I don't have patience to shop, so I'm more of a shop online. I've been a shop online guy before it was a thing. That means I just wouldn't shop. But no, I think I'm all about relaxation. Like whenever I travel places, people always like, "Oh, what you doing? What you doing?" And like, can I just do nothing? Can I just
Hello?
enjoy? And some people will say, "Well, you could have done nothing where you were at home," and that is true. But there's a it's something about, and even as Tamara just stated, like travel, reading a book. Like there's something about knowing that you're vacationing or traveling, and you're able to do in a certain space what you want to do when you do it, you know?
Absolutely. And like this is whole debate where like my nana's 81, you know, and her whole thing, and my mom's kind of like this too. They think that a hotel is to sleep. I'm like, no, amenities. I need amenities. I need a beautiful pool. I need a lovely spa. I need wonderful restaurants, because sometimes I don't actually want to go anywhere.
Right.
Maybe just for one day, not the whole time. Obviously, I'm not going to just sit at a hotel, but maybe I want to lay in bed that morning and have room service. I want to make sure that the hotel has all the things that I need. So it's interesting when I have conversations with people and they're like, "Oh no, a hotel's to sleep," and I'm like, "Oh no. We want all the things, all of it."
I agree. I agree. I think that a hotel was once a place where you just said, "That's where I'm going to rest my head." Enjoy the experience. But I want to touch on something you said about cruise ships, because I think a cruise is one of the busiest. It's not a vacation to me when you've got so many different stops. You know, 7 places in 8 days or 6 places. That's not a vacation. Off on. You almost need a vacation after a vacation.
Listen.
Well, let's go to the audience. Monica Dunstan, Michaela.
I miss traveling. I'm too afraid to try traveling right now with all the new rules, fees, etc. I guess the only place I'll be traveling is Dockyard. I feel you, sis.
It's an interesting she mentions Dockyard, because there was a period in my life as a teen where I had only visited Dockyard like twice in a 5-year period. And I'm like, Bermuda is way too small to talk. I mean, then again, my friends in St. David's probably, you know, they don't visit Dockyard. They don't need to go up there. Terry Vanderpool, our sister, says, "I loved exploring on my European trips." Sam Cat Play says, "Travel is very important for unplugging. Shopping is always a plus, but with the kids, I find those experience vacations the best, where we pick a place and visit all the fun stuff with history included. Niagara Falls was one of the best, and first cruise." Well, there's another question in this. What has been your favorite? Ask the audience as we go through some comments. What has been one of your favorite places to travel? Michaela.
Travel experiences are my favorite type. Immerse in the culture, enjoy the food, delicacies, explore leisure activities, and make memories. Don't do shopping trips. Never been. See, me and Karen are the same. That's like my thing. Like one of my favorite trips, I went to Barcelona. Spring 2016. And I've been trying to go to Barcelona for a long time. Finally made it happen. And I think when I travel, so my thing is I'm a food person. I want to eat well. I want to eat the food from where I'm going. I want to make sure that I'm getting all the local delicacies. Nothing crazy though, because I'm not eating nothing crazy. But that's my thing. So like every time I travel, I book a food tour because I want to know what the good food is, where to go. And then maybe I'll book one other thing, but I like to sleep in. I like to relax a little bit. I do want to see the sights, but like if for the entire afternoon, I want to go sit at the beach, that's what I want to do. You know, if for the entire afternoon, I just want to chill out, that's what I want to do. I don't. Yeah.
Well, I think it's important, as you're saying, that there are so many different destinations for different things. Like some destinations are specifically focused on just relaxation, right?
Yeah.
Some are focused on adventure and history and culture. Some are really just culinary experiences and creating experiences around theirs. Nicole Walker, Michaela.
I'm over traveling to the US. Countries in Africa, Europe, and Asia are on my list. Relaxation and experiencing new cultures is top priority. Yes. And Jamal, I love that you said that because you can literally book in this day and age of the internet. where everything is at your fingertips. If you want to book a wellness trip for 7 days to Bali, where you do nothing but yoga and eat vegan food, you can do that. If you want to book an extreme adventure trip where you're rappelling down waterfalls in Hawaii, you can book that, and that's beautiful because it just suits everyone and what they need. But yeah, the whole shopping trip thing, that's not it. That's not it.
I wonder if it's a Bermudian thing. Shayna Smith says, I either want to be in a bathing suit around the pool sipping cocktails or in the snow around the fireplace sipping cocktails. So, I mean, that sounds like relaxation to me, Shayna. Rashida Godwin said, I make it a point to learn as much history and culture of the country, so I visit lots of museums and do cultural tours with locals. I would say my favorite vacation was probably, I don't know. I pretty much enjoyed most places, but obviously South Africa and Mauritius are great. They're up there on my list. I think it was my first time going to African countries, and I remember sharing pictures. Here's the craziest thing about when I was in South Africa. So it was September, so I think it was still like their winter or heading out of their winter at the time, and people were saying on when I was showing pictures, they were like, "Is it really that cold in Africa?" And I'm like, first, we have to stop thinking of Africa as this big country, right, or a small country. And
Yeah.
the second part is we have to understand that Africa is not what we grew up seeing on TV. That's and then really educate ourselves as to how where the equator is and geographics, so that you can understand seasons and so on. So
I mean, yeah.
people, I think, I think as the world's opened up, I think we need to do a bit better of educating ourselves. Carla, John, Michaela.
Until I got older and traveled myself, I didn't realize how revolutionary it was for our Black elders to travel the world for pleasure. Yes, I love it. And I'm all for let's do it now. So I've been trying to go to the motherland for a long time and it hasn't happened. I'm going to Senegal next year. The trip is booked. I cannot wait. I am beyond excited. And I know when I go, it's going to I'm going to fall in love. And then every year I'm going to want to go back to a new country. I know it.
Are you going to do the show from there? Or you on
I mean, no.
Okay. All right. Hey, that's folks. So look.
I don't know what the time difference is.
I was just going to say, I'm like, nah, I don't know.
Maybe one. So you can see.
Yeah, time difference plays a role.
I don't know. The thing is, I don't know what the time difference is, but there is this whole glamping aspect and a nature reserve. So maybe.
Let's get through a bunch of these comments before we bring Leanna in. Michaela is in the house, folks. Travel is Renee Charlene Simmons says travel is my favorite place of peace. The pyramids in Egypt, to loud drums of the Quay in Singapore, Greece, Venice, Malaysia, most of the Caribbean. I've done it and will continue once this pandemic allows.
I love it.
Mark Arthur C. Phillips says, I have not done it yet, but want to travel to Europe to watch football in all major cities, London, Munich, Milan. I've actually only been to one game, and that was Barcelona with Messi back then. D. Renee Dill, Michaela.
I enjoyed my mini vacation. Mom left me on an early morning flight, and we stayed overnight at the airport hotel. I enjoyed sleeping in, ordering breakfast room service, and just chilling to check out. I had to thank her for my mini vacation. I needed that downtime for real. I get it. The vacation is what you make it. My first proper trip, I went to Greece for 2 weeks, and that really opened my eyes. That was back in 2007, and I was 21, and it was incredible.
I heard Greece is a beautiful place. Bermuda girl, I'm a foodie as well. Michaela, wine tasting is well, back in my wine drinking days, I used to love it. I mean, from wineries in South Africa to obviously California, Napa Valley, Sonoma. Those trips right there, I enjoyed a culinary trip.
That's the thing. I love a culinary experience. I love a wine tasting, and Greece is beautiful. If you can get to Greece, honestly, and then go to the islands, everything.
Let's get through these last couple. Monica Dunson says, my favorite trip was Croatia. A group of friends went for 3 weeks during Yacht Week and capped it off with a quick trip to Italy. 12 out of 10 would recommend. I've seen pictures from their yacht.
Yeah.
Why? It looked crazy. Travel lady, Michaela.
My goal is to travel around the world. At the moment, it's not a priority because of COVID-19. Absolutely.
That is the perfect name to make it happen, travel lady. And let's round it up with Anika DeShields, Michaela.
I want to go to the South African vineyards for wine tasting. Me too. One of my good friends has been and has raved about it. So that's definitely on my bucket list for sure.
We had a blast at the vineyards in South Africa. Don't ask me. Look, I don't remember where I ate yesterday, so I'm not that person. That's not my department.
I'll ask Nikki. She'll give me all the goods. She probably has the whole itinerary that she emailed to me.
She'll have it all. But I let's bring Leanna in. I want to find out where, what Lee likes to do for travel and where her favorite destinations. Good morning, Lee. How are you?
Morning, guys. I am doing great. I'm actually finally feeling recovered from last week, so voice is somewhat back now. Yay!
Welcome back, voice.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts?
I love this topic. So I was one of the children. I was scarred from my mom. We used to do all the shopping trips. I was scarred.
Same.
Like, legit scarred. So when I went to Spain to school for a year, that's what really opened my eyes to proper vacation, even though I was living off of her dime still. I got a chance to go to a lot of the places that were called off. We went to Barcelona, we went to Italy, we went to Portugal, Canary Islands. And when I say that's what vacation started to look like for me, and then moving into my older years, now that I'm supporting myself, my cousin and I actually, just before the pandemic happened, like November 2019, it was a week before, we had booked a 7-day Western Caribbean cruise. And we was like, look, we're just going, we're out of here. So we went to Honduras and we went to Belize and Mexico. And when I say that was absolutely amazing. It was the best trip. Got a chance to actually relax. I love culture. And like you, Michaela, I'm a foodie too, so I'm trying everything.
Yes.
But, it was just the downtime because we're busy, right? I mean, we all have full-time jobs. We're doing this on the side. We're doing outside projects. So to be able to get that chance to just do nothing, I locked my phone in the safe for the entire time.
Wow.
Listen.
That right there, folks,
is
serious discipline. and I want to say a next level of travel when you put the phone away to just enjoy what you're there to do. But this is a fun topic, and we'll be revisiting it again because, as stated, Tamara will be focusing on the importance of travel as part of her movement moment. So, folks, thank you for your feedback today, Lee. We're going to get over to you and the news break. And after that, don't forget, we have Miss Cathy Bassett and Nekesha Holdipp who'll be joining us. Girl Guys of Bermuda. My cousin was a brownie. I think brown is
a brownie.
You were? So, okay. No, I'll let them answer it. I'm not going to ask it. Because, look, my ignorance is just, yeah. All right, over to you, Lee.
Thanks, Jamala, Michaela, and good morning to all of those who are tuned in with us. I hope everyone is having a great start to their day. I'm Leanna Lambert, and it's time for our daily hour news break. So here's what's going on in today's top stories. A Bermudian man living overseas was handed a 30-month prison sentence after he was caught with trying to smuggle drugs into the country. According to a report in the Birmingham Mail Online, 30-year-old Tronde Darrell from Yew Tree Road in Ashton, the UK, was detained by officers back in May, and 3 packages of Class A drugs were recovered. Now, scales, a number of blades, and a quantity of cash were also later found. He was arrested and charged with possession with intent to supply Class A drugs, namely crack cocaine and heroin, and has now been handed a 30-month prison sentence. In other news, 2 men were arrested yesterday after a violent fight broke out between the two, with one yielding a machete and another armed with a helmet. Now, police responded to the incident shortly after 5 p.m. on Tuesday afternoon near Lindo Supermart in Devonshire. Both men were arrested on the scene while the alleged weapons were seized. Police say that there were no reported injuries, and they are asking for anyone with information to please get in touch. Meanwhile, there was also a renewed call for witnesses to the murder of Jacoby Smith, which happened 4 years ago. Mr. Smith was fatally stabbed on the evening of July 29, 2017, after an altercation at the wake for Jakari Francis at the West End Sailboat Club. Now, police and emergency services attended to Mr. Smith at the scene, but he was sadly pronounced dead shortly after his arrival at the hospital. Yesterday, the Bermuda Police Service said that they hope to speak to anyone who may have seen or heard anything about the attack, particularly those who were at the club or in the general area at the time of the incident. Moving on to some more positive news, a new launch has been created for teenagers looking to help with school or looking for help with school or time away from home. The teen launch, created by the Coalition for the Protection of Children, is offering a safe space for youngsters to study, seek counseling, or help build friendships with other children. The launch will also offer a suspension program where pupils who have been suspended from school would undergo counseling to tackle the root of the problem. Danae Birchall, the program coordinator at the launch, said the launch would give children a safe space to seek any form of help when needed. And if you're traveling in the Warwick area over the weekend, you might want to rethink your route, as traffic will be restricted on a section of Middle Road as Balco trenching work continues. The Ministry of Public Works said that work will be carried out near the junction of Middle Road and St. Mary's Road between 7:30 a.m. and 6 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday. Let's taking a look at today's weather. We have a high near 86 and a low near 78 degrees. A trough is quickly exiting the area and will take cloud cover and shower activity with it. Now expect a brief return to bright and sunny daytime skies, courtesy of the Bermuda Azores High. However, another trough will approach the area tonight, bringing cloudy periods and isolated showers. Afterwards, sunny skies, warm temperatures, and a light to moderate near easterly breeze reemerge just in time for the weekend. That's all for our Daily Hour news break. Let's head back to Jamel and Michaela in the studio for today's Daily Focus.
It helped with my mic up. All right, thanks for that, Lee. I wanted to touch on something as well, Lee. So real quickly before you guys, we're talking about travel really fast. It looks like an exclusive from Reuters.com yesterday. U.S. developing plan to require foreign visitors to be vaccinated. I actually shared that on my personal Facebook page, but interesting, and I'm sure we'll probably discuss that tomorrow. But folks, check that out.
Yeah.
Because remember, Bermuda only has direct flights, if I'm not mistaken, to Canada and the UK outside of the US.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Canada doesn't implement something similar. So, yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the cookie crumbles and the ice cream melts. One.
Definitely.
Lee, thanks so much, and we'll see you tomorrow.
See you guys tomorrow.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with our guests for the day, Cathy, Bassett, and Nekesha Holdipp. We're talking Girl Guides in Bermuda today.
Mom's celebrating her 70th birthday next month. Have you noticed her age is catching up with her?
Yeah. Plus, she's having a hard time getting up and around like she's used to. I would sure hate to see her fall.
At Medical House Limited, we can help make life situations easier. We have electric beds, motorized scooters, bath stools, walkers, you name it.
Mom's been real good to us. We'll get her birthday and Christmas gifts from Medical House.
Medical House has relocated next to the Dandytown Field, number 6 Bakery Lane, Pembroke. Telephone 292-3622.
We're welcoming back the often featured Whole Food veterans Bragg Live Food Products, renowned for their live probiotic organic raw cider vinegar and savory seasonings. Paul Bragg is the man behind the products that has originated health food stores, restaurants, and spas, and promoted nutrition education through the media, helping lay the foundation for the enlightened way we make healthful choices when we shop for and prepare food. This month we're featuring Bragg Organic Raw and Unfiltered Apple Cider Vinegar and Organic Extra Virgin Olive Oil. Lindo's, why go anyplace else?
All right, welcome back to The Big Show. She's Michaela Ian. I'm Jamal Hartman. It's the Daily Hour brought to you by Medical House One Communications, Lindo's, and our friends over at Channel 82, where you can stream this and many other locally produced shows as well. Just wanted to, someone asked, and I believe my wife said in the audience, we went to visit Stellenbosch wine region in South Africa. See, I would not have remembered that, but
of course you wouldn't.
But without further ado, let's bring our guest for the day into the conversation with Cathy Bassett and Nekesha Holdipp. We're talking Girl Guides in Bermuda. Welcome to the show to the both of you. How are you doing?
Doing well, and thank you for inviting us.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming.
Doing good, thank you.
I think someone answered the question, which I think people read my mind on the show for some reason. But Selena M. Simon says, Jamel, brownies at the beginning, the younger ones, they move up to Girl Guides. So that was the question I was going to ask. So excuse my ignorance as we get started on the conversation. It's innocent. Trust me, it's innocent. But let's get to it. For those who don't know, what does the Girl Guides organization actually do and represent? Like, what's its purpose?
Well, I would say that, and Nekesha, please feel free to chime in. I would say that one of the main objectives of girl guiding is to just to build character in girls. We have girls ranging from 5 years old all the way up to 18, 20. So one of the main purposes is to build character, to also enhance leadership skills, to build interpersonal skills, to develop friendships, and to help girls to know the importance of service in the community. So that, in a nutshell, is the purpose of girl guiding.
All righty. Nekesha, did you want to add anything to that?
Actually, Cathy hit the nail on the head. I was thinking of the acronym LEAP, where it's leadership, empowerment, helping girls develop a positive attitude, and with the P, just really having a positive outlook on life, right? So it's basically, getting girls to understand that they can develop themselves in a way that puts them on the same stage as their male counterparts and not feel that because of their gender that they are second class. So it's really bringing females to the forefront in terms of self-esteem and just the possibilities that can open, that are open to them. Yeah.
And how long has the organization been in existence in Bermuda?
Okay, first of all, girl guiding is 102 years old. We've passed our century. And girl guiding was developed in 1919. It was started in 19. I'm just going to give you a very, very brief history. It was started in 1919, and in the UK, it was founded by Lord Robert Baden-Powell. 1909, he had a vision. 1910, he introduced girl guiding. Now, believe it or not, Boy Scouts was introduced first, but the girls would not have it. So they protested, and as a result, 1910, we had the first registered group in the UK. 1919, we started here in Bermuda. And then I'm just going to give you a very, very brief timeline. In 1920, we had the Girl Guide group that was registered, and it was called the First Hamilton Girl Guide Company. That actually was January 30th, 1919, sorry. Okay, so January 30th, 1919, we had the First Hamilton Girl Guide group. By 1920, we had 3 guide companies, 2 brownie units. 1929, we had a ranger unit. That's where we have our older girls. We had Sea Rangers joining in 1931, girls that like to go out on the boats and do all those great things. 1943, we had 500 girls registered. By 1969, we had 1,000. Wow. And by 1990, we had a rainbow group created. And we have Keisha Tacklin, who's the assistant commissioner, who has a rainbow group up at Gilbert Institute. So we started very small and we evolved. And then in 2004, Girl Guiding Bermuda was the new title. The name was changed from Bermuda Girl Guide Association to Girl Guiding Bermuda. Now, we had 2 rainbow units, 8 brownie units, 5 guide units, and 1 ranger unit. Due to COVID, we have decreased our numbers of leaders, and also our numbers of brownies. So at the time, this year, we only had 2 brownie groups meeting, and that was Nekesha's group and my group, First Pembroke and First Devonshire, 1 guide company, and 1 range group. One of our main tasks is this year is to let people know what Girl Guiding Bermuda can do for girls on the island. And so we have embarked upon a recruiting drive. So we're looking for leaders, we're looking for helpers to assist us.
Let me stop you. We don't want every question being answered in one. So let's just have a conversation. Go ahead, Michaela.
Sure. So what exactly are the benefits for girls to join the Girl Guiding?
Nekesha, would you like to answer that?
Sure. So in terms of benefits, it comes from a number of angles. So one of the benefits is there's interpersonal skills, development of social skills, getting around girls their same age or roughly in their same age group. So we have girls that are homeschooled. So one of the things that Girl Guiding provides for them is an opportunity to come together with girls that are in their same age and to interact in positive ways while building different skills. So there are badges that can be earned. So I was a brownie. Then I started in the Girl Guide movement. They didn't have rainbows. As Ms. Bassett said, that was a new addition. So when I joined, I earned cookies badge, I earned sewing. You can do art, you can do dance. So now there's a plethora of badges that can be earned. And so as the girls go through the movement, really from rainbows, they can actually earn badges right up until rangers. They develop a number of practical skills. Mm-hmm. As I said, in an environment where they're learning along with their peers in a very fun and engaging way. So that's one of the big rocks of benefits, the interpersonal, as well as learning just some of those practical skills that get us through.
Alrighty.
Awesome. So I know that Ms. Bassett, you said that the organization has been around for 102 years. So how has it evolved in that time?
Oh my golly. As I said, one of the things that, and I want Nekesha to expound on that, in developing young ladies or young girls, it's very important for them to understand that coming to an organization such as Girl Guide, Rainbow, Brownie, Girl Guide, or Ranger, there are components in the promise because all of them have to make the promise after they become a member. I'm going to just share the promise for the brownies and just share with you how it encapsulates the specific things that are taught in the movement. The brownie promise is, I promise to do my best. Mm-hmm. And so we take meetings to describe best. Mediocrity. What is the difference between mediocrity and excellence? Mm-hmm. So when we're doing things, we ask the girls, did you do your best? They said, we could have done a little better. Well, share with us how you could have done it better. Mm-hmm. We tried to let the girls to think about how they can improve themselves. Okay, I promise you my best to be true to myself. Being true to yourself is very, very important. And you want to be what you know you are rather than what somebody else wants you to be or somebody else thinks you should be. So we put a lot of attention to that so the girl can look within herself, figure out what her goals are, what her objectives in life are, and start moving towards them and not be bothered by peer pressure or anything that resembles that. The other portion of the promise is develop my beliefs. And as you know, we have girls in Girl Guiding that have a variety of religions. We have Muslims, we have Christians, we have girls that are of the Jewish faith. We also have girls that belong to Indian and Hindu religions. Mm-hmm. So develop my beliefs means you determine what your parent would like for you to develop, and you do your best to develop that. And so it's no put-ons. Oh, she's wearing a scarf. Right. Oh, she has to make prayer 5 times a day. All of that is not, is not encouraged. It really isn't. And we try to get the girls to respect everybody's religion, to serve the queen. Now, some people have problems with that. Serving the queen merely means honoring the laws of the land. And when we heard the news on the Daily Hour, we heard about all these things going on. Well, we're trying to build character so that a girl doesn't end up doing some of the naughty things that she may see happening in her environment. So basically, serving the queen means obeying the rules of the land.
I've got a question. About that. For the time that we're living in, I think Michaela's question was asking about how you've evolved, right? That was the original question.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Evolving. Are we still in a time where we need to use that language, though? And I'm just this is the Daily Hour. These are the kind of conversations we have. Can the language not be changed? Because I think what you both have explained is an absolutely great opportunity for a lot of young ladies to be a part of. But if I had a daughter, that part right there, just like when my wife and I were getting married, and she was like, "Oh, we don't want to touch on honor and obey and all that stuff." Can we not look at this is 2021, and this may not apply for this year versus then?
Yes. That's a very interesting question, and I'm glad you asked it, because we are evolving. And basically what's happening now is any suggestion or tip or strategy that comes from parents or from persons like yourself, well-respected person like yourself, we would take, like, for instance, the question you asked is going to be sent all the way to the UK because we come under the UK. We are evolving and things are changing. At one time, you saw one image of girl guiding. Now you see images of girls from all different cultures and backgrounds. And yes, we are evolving, but this is the promise that we have now. And I'm not saying that it's going to continue with us, but this is what we have now. And so we share ideas and suggestions with our UK heads who we fall under. And you might see the promise again with your daughter. How old is your daughter?
No, I said I don't have a daughter. No.
Okay. Yeah. Well, in years to come, you might see the promise looking a lot different.
Yeah, no.
And we are involving, and they do listen to suggestions, because you know what? We are all changing, and the world is changing, and we have to move with the times.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And so the last part of it is to help other people and to keep the Brownie Guide law. And the law is a Brownie Guide thinks of others before herself and does a good turn every day. So helping other people, we do a lot of service activities, and we do a lot of, activities in the community to help others.
And if I can just expand on that a bit to answer your question, Michaela, around the evolution of girl guiding, we have evolved as was said previously. The one thing in life that's constantly is change, but that new energy is really, really important, right? When we look at who is interacting with our girls, and there's ideas, as Ms. Bassett said, that they're bringing to the table. And so since my time in Brownie specifically, there has been a big focus now on community service, getting out there. So First Devonshire Brownies, they do a lot of community service. They've put together care packets for persons locally, charities locally. My group, we've actually donated to the SPCA and to the CATS Association. So what we're trying to get the girls to do is to really look at what's going on in society and seeing how they can help. So I would say that that's been an element of evolution, where in the past we've earned badges and we've had conversations. And again, we've been developing character, but now it's a shift towards action as well. And so that community service is a really, really strong component that we're trying to keep going.
Absolutely. So can you share with us success stories from past members who maybe used to be Brownies and Rainbow, etc., and now are adults?
I'm glad you asked that question, because believe it or not, Nekesha was one of my Brownies. Way back in the day, I started Brownies in 1982, so I've been working 40 years. But I started in 1982, working under Mrs. Jean Northcote and Mary Draycott. I was being trained for about 3 months. But I was assigned to the first Newland Salvation Army Brownie, and that's when I had Nekesha. She was 7 years old. She was very diligent. In those days, we had, and see, you talk about evolution. We used to have long brown dresses with long sleeves and bead ties. Even in this heat, you'd be marching down Front Street in our Thinking Day parade, and everybody was perspiring because the outfits were so hot. But we've changed to have T-shirts and shorts. So that is a part of evolution. And that's because parents have come to the table and said, you know what? We're tired of ironing up those long dresses. We're tired of trying to crease and all that type of stuff. We need something different, and we've come up. So, Jamal, I will be taking your suggestion to headquarters. But Nekesha started, I'm going to ask her to expound on how she started Brownies and where she moved up from Brownies to Guides, Rangers, and now a Girl Guide leader. But she was one of my most efficient Brownies.
Nice.
Okay. So, basically, as Ms. Bassett said, I went through the whole system. So I actually have on my Ranger shirt today. And so from the Brownies, in essence, it seemed like a seamless transition. You go from brownies, you go to guides, and then after guides, it was rangers. And so the reason actually why I left the movement for a period is because I started working, and I worked shift work. I actually worked at the police service for a brief period, and so shift work and rangers didn't really go together after a while. So I had to. I basically had to bow out. But when you talk about success stories, in this movement, and remember, I was talking about the creation of friendships and interpersonal skills. As an adult, I've met persons that I'm saying, I'm looking at their face and I'm saying, your face looks really, really familiar. Where do I know you from? And it's either been brownies or guides, not so much rangers, because as I said, a lot of times I think what happened is our work lives got in the way of continuing. But we have, as I said, police officers, teachers, persons at the Department of Education, which is where I currently work. So quite a number of us in education were brownies, or brownies and guides, lawyers. I don't think there's any profession, truthfully, that has not been touched by the movement. And again, that's why I go back to that empowerment and that leadership that is nurtured in us early, and allowing us to realize that the sky is the limit. We can be anything that we put our minds to. We develop those skills early through various activities and engagements. And so I think it'll be really, really hard to pinpoint a profession that hasn't been touched by Girl Guides. But Ms. Bassett could definitely speak to some of the doctors and the lawyers that have come through her rank, her groups, and risen up the ranks in society.
Well, I want to say there's a lot in the audience that I mean, I want to say probably from a response part, it looks like most of the ladies who tune in to the Daily Hour were either have a child or were involved in the organization somehow. So that is huge. That is huge. Sorry, Michaela, go ahead.
No, it's fine. So if someone wants to sign up their daughter to be a Girl Guide, how do they do that?
Nekesha, can you
Sure.
address that?
Not a problem. So our website, www.girlguiding.bm. So really, really easy to remember. If you go on our homepage, and I see that Jamal has it there for you. On the homepage, you'll see actually our trefoil. So it says, "Welcome to Girl Guiding Bermuda." And that trefoil is actually Bermuda's icon. And as we scroll down, you'll see that we do have events, but there is that button that you can click that says learn more. So if you click on that button, it'll actually take you to the place, here we go, where you can register your daughter. And so you put in the information that is going to help you to decide which group she would qualify for. So as you can see, the age groups there for the various groupings. Rainbows are from 5 to 7. So your P1 daughter can be involved, and she'll be in rainbows from P1 to P3, and then brownies from P3 to P6, and then guides if you have a middle schooler, and ranges if your daughter is in high school. And so you would, in essence, go through a process. They'll ask you where you would prefer for your daughter to be placed. So as Ms. Bassett stated, there's several brownie groups that you can choose from. Some are connected to schools and some aren't. So I am not connected to a school. So First Pembroke, we actually meet at Assahat on Mondays, which is near BHS. And then Ms. Bassett has First Devonshire, and currently they're evolving to go with the climate that we're currently under. So she actually has 2 locations and 2 times that her group is meeting. And then, as I said, we do have others that are attached to school. So you'll see your options based upon age and also based upon what works for you as location and time.
And I want to touch on this because I saw volunteers. How can people volunteer and get involved?
Awesome. I'm so glad that you asked, because that same homepage makes it really, really simple. So after you finish registering your daughter, you go back to the homepage, and then, as you stated, there's an opportunity for you to volunteer in various capacities. So I'm going to actually give a brief history to how I got involved on this level, and then I'll let Ms. Bassett speak to that a bit more. But as a parent, I went to an event that Ms. Bassett was having for her brownies, because my daughters are actually in Miss Bassett's group. And at that time, there was a group that had just were transitioning. Their leader wasn't able to commit for any longer. And so I said I would help. And so that H word, help, actually got me my own group. However, parents, guardians, aunts, uncles, they don't have to necessarily take on a group. There are various ways to help. So I'll let Ms. Bassett expand on that.
Okay. Now, there are some people that would say, oh, I would really love to help with brownies or guides or rainbows or rangers. However, I work, I have a big commitment. I can't help. And then you ask them, oh, well, do you have any spare time where you can come in, not as a leader, but to assist? Because I know you're a CPA. Could you assist with the records of some of the, I could do that. I could even do copying. So there's a variety of ways that individuals can come into the movement. Yes, you can come in as a leader. You could be a brown owl, that's what I am, been a brown owl, which is the leader of the group. You could be a tawny or a snowy owl, which are helpers. Or you might want to come in to do specific things like shopping. You might be a shopaholic, and you say, do you have any need for a shopper? Of course. When the girls are working on badges, for instance, our group are going to embark upon a healthy heart program, a healthy living program. We're going to be working with Argus as well as Dr. Aisha Peets, who actually was one of my brownies way back in the day. She has a little daughter now that's in our brownies. So we're going to be relying on her to assist us with our health. So if you're coming in as a helper, you might want to help a group to do the shopping. If they're going to make us healthy salad, smoothies, whatever they're going to make, you might want to be the one to go out there, purchase the item, and bring it to the meeting. Now, that's not difficult, because when you're getting your groceries, you can pick up those items, put them aside, and bring them to brownies. But it takes the weight off the brownie leader, who has to do all of the record keeping, who probably works herself, who has other organizations they work with. It assists them because you are doing something that she doesn't have to do. So there are always things, copying, creating a web page, creating a chat line for a brownie or ranger or rainbow group. There are specific things that you could do. So if you sign up for a helper with a specific pack, I guarantee you the leader will find something interesting for you to do, and it's going to be something that you like to do.
Absolutely.
I love to hear it. We are out of time, but the website, to visit you is probably the best way to contact and find out more information. Yes, and that would be girlguiding.bm, correct?
Perfect.
All right, girlguiding.bm is the best way. We have a lot of brownies, girl guiding parents in the audience, so I'm sure that they're going to do their part to help the girl guys grow. One of the things I don't believe I heard mentioned, though, as I was a Cub Scout, and I actually probably why I don't like the outdoors now, but I used to go on these trips to Canada, and we used to camp. And I know someone mentioned in the audience earlier that one of the experiences, as we mentioned, and I meant to tie it into this, Travel Lady, perfect name. She said they also get to travel overseas to international camps. They create long life friendships. They're doing camping and have lots of fun playing games. And someone else mentioned they still remember how to tie a knot. These are things that skills that you just take with you through your life. And so I cannot agree with you more that it's an experience that is beneficial for young ladies that could help them leap, to use the acronym earlier, to one of the favorable careers in the community that actually give back to the country they love and that they live in. But thank you to you both for taking the time and trusting the platform.
Thank you for having us. We appreciate that.
And if you need us to get some information out in the future, what you've got going on, I saw you have a lot of events on your website. Please reach out, and we'll be happy to get the word out to our, I'm going to call our Girl Guide Brownie loving audience.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us, and enjoy the rest of your week.
You as well. All right, Cathy, Bassett, and Nekesha Holdipp. Awesome conversation. I honestly did not. I think my baby sister was a brownie girl guide, and my cousin, who I grew up with, she was Brownie Girl Guide. So interestingly enough, I didn't realize they had such a connection with so many people in Bermuda. So it's wonderful to see. But folks, they need volunteers, and let's help those numbers get up. Great contribution to the entire community of Bermuda. Thanks again. If you enjoyed and appreciated that conversation, you know what to do. We ask you every day, thumbs up, love, and make sure you go to their website, see how you can assist in helping us help our community through Girl Guides and the Brownies. We're going to take a quick break. You know what time it is. It's the daily play. If you guess the answer before Michaela, you get something to put on your fries. How's that? Kales, you got, I don't know. She's on mute, so let's hope we keep
I got it.
Man, I shouldn't have told her because you guys might have got the answer before. Stick with us. Do not go anywhere.
Same smooth sounds, different name. BCG Radio. Tune in every Tuesday through Sunday at 7 p.m. Bermuda time as we bring you the love, romance, sexiness with nighttime jams. Only on your station for conversations and entertainment. BCG Radio. Download the app, available for Android and Apple devices.
All right, welcome back to the big show. Michaela and myself, Jamal Hartman. It's time for the Daily Play, brought to you by Heineken 0.0. Great taste, no alcohol. Michaela, are you ready?
I am ready. There's just a man outside drilling on my porch. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, stop, please stop.
They know you're live right now. They're like, let me get my 15.
Stop.
They want their 15 seconds. Come on, Kale. So here we go. Here's the question, folks. Get ready to type. It's a travel question. Name that place.
All right.
What are the only two South American countries that do not border Brazil?
Argentina? No. Patagonia? Patagonia does not border Brazil. Uruguay? Really? I'm doing this bad?
The only two countries.
Not Guyana? Is Guyana one? No. Oh my goodness. Colombia? No. Jesus.
No, it's not Ecuador and Peru. The
Venezuela?
One is so easy, folks. I knew the one answer. I didn't know the second. But
Venezuela?
No, it's not Mexico. It's not Mexico is Central America, not South America. No, it's not Venezuela. Two people have said one of the answers.
Chile.
Yes, that's one. And here's the right answer. He obviously Googled because he took so much time to do it. The answer is Chile and Ecuador. Chile.
Okay, yeah, Ecuador makes sense. Okay, that was hard.
I thought everyone would get Chile one time, though. I thought that
Chile, that was because I'm thinking like, what's on the other side? But that was hard. All right, that was hard.
We got it, folks. We got it. Yes, Chile. It is one, but remember two. Chile and Ecuador.
Ecuador, yeah, that was hard.
You said Chile and Venezuela. It was two answers. Yeah. Yeah, she went on her phone, folks.
That was hard.
Chile and Ecuador it is. Kales, what are your thoughts on today's episode?
I could talk about travel all day, like all day. I'm interested to see if people are going to be traveling more because I feel like more people are vaccinated, but then there's the whole Delta variant. So like Monica Dunstan said earlier, she's still a little uncomfortable. I'm still a little uncomfortable, but I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, I need it. So I need to make it happen.
Yeah, indeed. Honestly, I understand the benefits of travel, regardless of what kind of travel you, just getting away from your normal life is so beneficial to your well-being. And so I hope people really understand that, take advantage of it in some way. And travel doesn't, have to cost money. There are so many different ways, and we'll talk about this kind of stuff in future episodes. But folks, make sure you take care of yourself. I know Kales has got some daily inspiration to send us off on our way.
Yes, I do. This is a good one. All things are difficult before they are easy.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. I love that one. I love that one. Michaela, tomorrow's the end of the week already.
I need it, okay? This has been a week, and I have a big summer party to go to tomorrow, so I'm like, I'm ready. Let's go. And then Saturday, don't bother me. Nobody. Thank you in advance.
I'm writing my notes now. Do not bother Kales on the weekend. Thanks again to our partners, Medical House One Communications and Linda's, for ensuring that we're able to do this with you on a daily basis. As always, we appreciate you, we love you, and we thank you for making us part of your daily routine. If all goes well, we'll be back to do this again with you tomorrow. She's Michaela Ian. I'm Jamel Hartman. My friends, you do make it a great day. Peace.